You see, this is that BS. This is that bull. Isn't this supposed to be a red state? Isn't Kentucky? Maybe I'm missing something here. Maybe I'm missing something here. Isn't Kentucky supposed to be a red state, a Republican state? How can they allow a bill like this to pass? So Kentucky Senate passes bill to allow parents to collect child support during the pregnancy. Bill heads to House of Representatives for consideration. No. This should even. How is this even? How can they pass something like this before they even pass mandatory paternity tests? Like, there's got to be some kind of something to counter that. But like I said, they just think, like, people just think voting red is going to stop this. Like, bro, this is why I tell people conservatives are not RP, dog. Conservatives are not RP. They think they are, but they're not. And I can tell because when Undead Chronic will be telling these people these facts, when they start arguing back, they start sounding like feminazis. And you just be like, oh, they've already been programmed as well. This is going to target the deadbeat dads. No, there's no such thing. I keep telling you guys this. Like, I'll keep it a buck with you right here, bro. Look, deadbeat dads are a myth. Deadbeat dads are a myth, right? You got these so-called people like to, like, especially white conservatives like to talk about stuff that Jesse Lee Peterson says, but they don't like to mention that part where he says that deadbeat dads are a myth. Because at the end of the day, a lot of Caucasian tradcon men, what they do is they bash on ninjas, porn stars, stuff like that to virtue signal. And it's really a dating strategy by them to make themselves look good. Them trying to save women's sports, quote unquote, by supporting right against. It's a dating strategy by them. But that's a whole nother story for another day. Guys, you can't be talking about, oh, I'm aware of this, I'm based, but act like I'm lying when I say deadbeat dads are a myth. It's either one or two things. Let's keep it a buck with most women in today's age. So before you even mention your favorite RP creator, this is what we need to be pushing, right? Not just, oh, vote red, just vote red. No, because I'm seeing, even in Florida, you'll see bills like this being passed or considered where they can still siphon money from the baby father ad nauseum or stuff like that. And it's just like, nah, man. Nah. That's why, shout out to Tennessee. At least they had somebody in there who probably wasn't even that conservative of a dude. Because I was looking at the people involved. They just looked like normal, just whatever. And they were just like, nah, we got to pass this mandatory paternity test stuff. That would literally cut out all the BS, to be quite honest with you. That would cut off a lot of the games. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of laws right now where they're basically, or now they're like, you got the Republic, some of your favorite Republican commentators talking about porn is the problem. Porn is the number one reason for divorce. Lila Rose and these clowns. I was like, are you guys serious? First of all, the only reason why, if you're seeing a woman and she's railing up, those tradcon women, right? And they're railing on AI sex bots or pornography or these things. The only reason why they're railing on it is because they feel threatened by it. Now, I don't know why they would feel threatened by it. I don't, like, me personally, I don't know why unless if you just want to be the ones with the ultimate control over when their partner busts nuts. That's what I think that's what that really is. Because without that control, I would say 90% of America, I will say, sorry, 80%, I'll be nice. 80 to 85% of women, without that control, that's that sexual control, right, on men, they don't have a leg to stand on. I would say about 85%. And I'm being nice with that percentage. I'm being really nice. I'll say 85% of them do not have any leverage to stand on without having the power of, oh, it's wrong for you to watch. If you're watching porn, you're cheating on me. Or you're a loser if you have an AI sex bot. I'm like, okay, so what if they're losers? Why do you care? This is why I love the Passport Bro movement. Because you're saying, oh, they're losers. They're doing this. They're doing that. Now you got, these women are now traveling to the spots where the alleged passport bros are and trying to spread that American BS over there. But they're losers, but you're following them to their spots. They're losers, but you're so concerned about what's going to happen to the women over. Man, stop. Stop it. So let's read a little bit of this, okay? They said, get into the story. The Kentucky Senate voted on Tuesday to grant the right to collect child support for children during the pregnancy stage. According to ABC News, the bill, which won Senate support in a 36-2 vote, 36 simps to two actual based people. And I would like to see who those two based people in the Senate were. Isn't Kentucky mostly Republican? Let me do some research on this. Is Kentucky a Republican state? Wow, I didn't know. This is what I made this because I honestly I don't really pay attention to politics, but I didn't know. But it's still sad. But okay, they're saying that there's a lot of Democrats in the Kentucky state, but they said that in 2020, Orange Man defeated Sleepy Joe 62% to 36%. So I'm pretty sure it's more Republican now, especially what's going on in the United States right now. Now I'm pretty sure it's still a right leaning state. I thought it was, okay. It's still considered a deep red state. Okay, so yeah, so it's still a largely conservative state. So I don't know why. Yeah, but like I said, a lot of the things that TradCon men do, it's a dating strategy. It's just to make themselves look like a superhero. They think that's going to get them that they're all looking from a pat on the head from a 304. Let's keep it a buck. A lot of you guys live for female validation, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's what it is. Let's keep it a buck, because it'd be like I even said on one of my live streams, a lot of y'all be crying even just because a woman's not smiling at you. Look, I just don't want whatever woman that's interacting with me, I just don't want her to make me look stupid out here. That means if I'm messing with you, I don't want you putting my business out in the streets. This is what I really want from these motherfuckers. If I'm messing with you, or don't put me in the friend zone, don't have me saved as lunch in your phone and stuff. This is the stuff. These are the important things for me, not this whole smiling shit. These are the things that I'm looking for. I'm trying to see what Republican man, so-called Republican man, had this. Because how are you going to pass this without it being like, okay, is there going to be a refund if the pregnancy comes out and then they take a paternity test and they find out he's not the father? Is the state going to give the man a refund? I fucking doubt it. This is crazy. So now, obviously, the Straggles are celebrating this W. Now, thank you. At least somebody asking the important questions. Here, you got a family woman up here. She's saying, will a DNA test be mandatory? Women put babies on men too often. Thank you. Now, let me see the response that she got. Okay, it looks like people with some sense on here. Here we go. Talk about pick Misha. I don't want, man. I tell you, people be afraid of that DNA test stuff, man. That should be funny to me. Boy, I tell you, the paternity test be the truth out here. Man, Lloyd Banks had one of the coldest lines I heard growing up on the Talib Kweli remix that G Unit did a few decades ago. Almost 2 decades ago. They did a remix. Lloyd Banks said one of the coldest lines. F kids, it ain't my turn to be stressed. A bitch worst nightmare is a paternity test. Woo! They hear woo kid in the background. Woo! see, somebody's finally asking the real question: do I get a refund if the baby don't make it, or she cancel it? That's what I'm saying. Like, so is there going to be a refund if a woman just says, I'm going to delete the kid? Will there be ain't going to be no refund? But you're just going to collect the child support just off rip. And I mean, like, we can't. You're not even allowed to get a prod in until like 8 weeks into the pregnancy. You don't even know until 8 weeks into the pregnancy that you can determine if you are the paternity test. So hopefully with that bill, which I doubt, there needs to be a okay, before you can even do something like this where you can claim child support while you're pregnant, you need to be able to determine a DNA paternity test. But like I said, it was a lot of dudes that was, celebrating because they were banning abortion. I'm like, that's not a W. I was trying to tell you that shit not no W. They're thinking, okay, we have a population Crisis on Air. Let's do this, and then they're gonna have to keep it. And you got like these dudes, and it was dudes in the manosphere, um, celebrating this. I'm like, guys, oh, I'm like, okay. With that being said, is there any update on okay? What about child support? Or I'm like, that might be a negative repercussion in terms of now they're probably going to be allowed to collect child support during the pregnancies that they want to get rid of. People don't, bruh. It just said, look at the undercover deadbeats showing up in the comments. Talking about this makes sense? No, it does not make sense. Now, here, this is a nice comment where she says, why get pregnant by someone that you're going to put on child support while carrying? But that's going to be a lot of women's strategies, dog. That's going to be a lot of women's strategies. And then they're going to use that whole abortion. Oh, I can't have abortion, can I? Like, they're going to use that. And then you see somebody else commenting. He said, come on now, girl, the way these men set up. It just shows you women are on that kind of time, dog. Guys, because we talk about equality, right? Now that means you're gonna see more female scam artists. you're gonna start seeing more like female scam artists like at nauseum. So this is like I remember because during the time, oh yeah, we're banning abortion, like they're doing the right thing, the God thing. I'm like, people don't understand the repercussions of this. First of all, that just shows you that a lot of average men now are like, they're not even gonna get a shot. They're not even gonna get a shot. That's number one. Number two, that means anybody with paper is a target now. They're going, if a woman find out you got paper, you got something going on for yourself, she's going to trap you. Oh, I'm on birth control. And then this happened. Oh, he's the father. Can I get child support now, even though I'm not? So you got 304s can now just claim a dude on child, put a case on a dude while pregnant. Guys, how does that make sense? We don't even know. Shoot, I'm trying to hide that logo. You don't even know who the father is. We don't watch Maury for how many years, and people act like it was such a bad show. No, that show was needed so people can have proof to show you, look, they be 304s out here messing with umpteenth dudes, don't know who the baby father is, but then put a dude that she feels comfortable on putting the child support on, and nobody questions it without no DNA test, no nothing. This is why these shows were. You think they're just going to have a show called Hold Women Responsible Show? That's not going to happen. You can barely do that on the internet. You're going to get demonetized.